Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Gemini. Happy Gemini season, Gemini. If Gemini is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a reading for you. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. And so we have the Lust or Strength card tonight, which is one of the beautiful, beautiful cards of the Thoth deck. It has Our Lady Babylon on there. And yeah, it's gorgeous. So let's take a look and see what these tea leaves have to say. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. All right, so I want to start. Ooh, okay, well, let's start right here and then we're going to go back around to the other side because these are all very interesting formations. Now, we have two people here, face to face. We also have a person with a bow, right? Bow and arrow. So I feel that there is this kind of movement towards love. Okay, maybe something that is exciting, maybe something that is a little, I don't know, frightening or unplanned. It might be that you have not been looking for love. You're not interested in romance, right? Maybe you're already in a relationship. Maybe they're already in a relationship. Maybe this is your relationship and you're coming back together. This is a period of time where you're deciding to grow back into each other's lives in a way that is very active and beloved and close and intimate and all of these things. Okay. Now we also have, it looks like a bird up here, like a hawk, and it has a snake. Okay, so now I'm trying to think, and this is terrible. For some reason, I'm thinking it's Mexico's flag, right? With the bird and the snake. And I'm like, is it Texas? Is it California? I'm from California. I should know what our state flag is. I don't think it is. I almost think the Californian one is like the lady that looks like Athena. Is that what it is? I don't remember. I know that there's a mosaic of a beautiful woman in the state capitol in Sacramento, where I'm from. I'm from Sacramento. And so I don't know what I'm talking about as far as those go, but I do think what I'm thinking of is the Mexican national flag. And so not necessarily about Mexico, but maybe about the story of, really this beautiful high-flying bird, a bird of power. Oh, excuse me. A bird of power, a bird of great knowledge, wisdom, ability, capturing its prey, right? An astute hunter, okay? And so I look at this and I feel that there is a sense of a great kind of balance in this love, in this relationship. Now, that's not to say that this will be a realized love, okay? That it doesn't always, when we see the pairing of two lovers, of two beloveds, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is an actualized relationship or partnership. This might be something that is like a crush or a mutual love story, but it just never kind of happens, right? But I do feel like there are two people here, very powerful. Maybe even kind of type A people. You know, and I think that there is this, I feel like there is kind of sometimes within this coupling, maybe a posturing for power and position. And I think that kind of happens outside of the relationship, but then definitely kind of manifests within this entanglement, which I think can make it kind of difficult if you don't get into a place where you're working as a team, as a unit, you know. I think about this as my own relationship. You know, my husband, shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot, my husband Paul over there. We both do similar kind of work. We actually, you know, we run a business together. We both help each other with our channels. It's a family business, and, you know, he does some of the behind the scenes. I do some of the behind the scenes for his. And I can't imagine being in a situation where we're competing against each other. We're not very competitive people in general. But I think that would be really difficult, and it might be a good motivator, but I could see how it might be also somewhat corrosive. So, I'm not completely sure that this is a relationship that is happening, really. You know, I think that the love is there, but I don't know that it makes sense in practice, right? The actual being together, living together, building a life together. But I could be wrong, right? Like I said, this could be your already established relationship, and you're coming into a place where you're kind of growing back into each other, getting close once again. Now, we also have a squirrel down here, so it is a time where I feel that you are saving money. I mean, just straight up. There's a sense of kind of being very focused on making money and putting money away. Okay, maybe paying off some debts, maybe, trying to put some money into those savings accounts, and so on. Now, we also have a snake here. We have a snake here. And a snake here. So there's a lot of snakes. It's like a pit of vipers over here. And I feel like it's, I don't know, maybe even kind of the social group you are around. Maybe it's within like the career that you work in. What I feel like there's such a competitive nature here surrounding you. And I feel that there are just people who would do anything to kind of step on each other to get a leg up, right? And I feel like this is something that you don't necessarily love. Absolutely, like not, you're not like out here just to be kind of in this battle, scratching your way up the ladder. But I do think that you're good. You're good at kind of outshining the rest. And I think that's really what it comes down to, is you're really good at what you do. You're very intelligent and very capable. And so all of these kind of exist in this lower plane. Now, you have to watch out for it, of course, but I don't think it's really that much of a bother for you. I think that you see things for what they are. There's no candy coating it. There's no getting one over on you. You know what's going on. You know who your real friends are, and you know who people are that are just absolutely trying to use you or take your position or whatever. Now, I'm looking over here, and it looks like we have orb again. O-R, and I'm going to go with B on this one. So we have the letters or the word orb again. Okay, and I had this in another reading the other day, so I'm really interested if any of you that are listening have experiences with orbs. Now, some say that these are like supernatural. Some say that these are, you know, like UFO type things, some kind of intelligence. I have met a few people in my life who have had experiences, and often what I've heard is that they will be witnessed in like a tree line, you know, out hiking, out in the wilderness, out on a property somewhere, and you look out and you can see these orbs kind of floating along the tree line. And sometimes they have a feeling that it kind of invokes a lot of anxiety. It's almost I've read this in ufology as well, is that some of these interactions with other intelligences, it hits you with a wave of terror. Not necessarily like a logical, what the heck am I seeing? Now I'm scared, but it's almost like it's one of their defense mechanisms, right? They hit you with this terror, and it just absolutely distorts your thinking. It makes you feel vulnerable. It maybe makes you feel, am I hallucinating? What is going on? Am I having a medical emergency? You know, these kinds of feelings. And so, I don't know if it's exactly that, but I feel like you have seen something like this, or you live in an area that is these kinds of things happen. Now, if you haven't ever heard of this, I would go look up your general, like if you live in the United States, the state you live in, or the region that you live in, maybe even the town, and look and see, are there these kinds of sightings? There are often, you know, all kinds of groups on like Facebook or Reddit or whatever where people talk about this kind of thing. But I do feel like maybe you are somebody who has had one of these kinds of visitations. And if that is the case, I feel that, you know, it's not nefarious necessarily. To me, it is kind of this feeling of allowing you to see. Like, we're here. Whatever we are, I don't know. We're here, and I'm letting you see me. Okay? I'm letting you in on the little secret. And so I'm interested to hear if you have ever had any experiences with the orbs. Okay, so now I wanted to go up here. Where were we? We were at this one. Now, yes, up here. Okay. So, where did she go? Yes, here we go. Okay, so we have a person here. Okay, it looks like they're maybe wearing a dress or a robe. We have another person here. We have a large fish right here. And then we have a third person. We also have a goose over here. So I'm looking at this and I'm feeling like these are almost like three sisters, okay? And I feel that there's a sense of blessing over your head. And I almost wonder if these are elders or ancestors. Grandmother had three sisters, or mother had three sisters, or, you know, something like this. And I feel like they are watching over you. They are, you know, bringing blessings to you. Absolutely. And I see this one here looks like she has a pipe. So I wonder if one of these or all of these are women that smoked. And maybe you remember that they smelled like, you know, tobacco, pipe tobacco or something like this. Now, we also have this goose who really looks like it is, you know, on the attack, wings up, head jolted forward. So I feel that there is kind of this sense of a real protective energy over you and probably over your children as well. I feel like at times you can almost have this like feeling of people are kind of they stay away or they keep their distance. And sometimes that can feel like maybe they don't like me. Maybe they, they see something about me that's just off-putting. But I don't think it's that. I think what it is you have this kind of protective bubble around you and your family. And I feel that these are the three sisters. I think that they are really looking over you. And if anybody were to try to kind of penetrate that bubble and do it for some predatory reason, they absolutely would be met with this, this energy of get the heck out of here. Like things would not be going well for them at all. Now, we also have the fish, okay? So the fish is the sign, the supreme sign in my work, anyways, of abundance, okay? So you can think of, going fishing, catching a bunch of fish, having this abundant meal. Well, this to me indicates that you are going to be having, or you do have, a good flow of income coming in. Now, of course, you're a hard worker, you're smart, you make things happen, but you also have the luck and blessing of your three sisters here. They watch over you forever and ever and ever. You're not going to escape that, but they absolutely, and for whatever reason, I don't know, but I feel like you've been chosen in the family. You are a chosen one. And I almost wonder if you yourself have siblings, and there are times where there's kind of even jealousy there, because it feels like, you get all of the good things, and you receive all the blessings where nobody else does. But here, it is relative, and it is, you might receive a lot of blessings, but you've worked very hard, right? And you maybe have had periods of time where, you had to work through a lot of like karma, right? A lot of, kind of evening and balancing the dharmas. And so, I think that you are kind of sometimes, it's almost I think it feels like a misunderstanding, right? Like you have it so easy. Well, you don't. Nobody has it so easy. Life itself is not easy. Being in a body is not easy. Being in this, shared hallucination that we call reality is not easy. So I absolutely, I think that it can feel almost kind of mean-spirited or that, I don't know, that you're being singled out. But, I think what it comes down to is you really do have the protection. You're a favorite for some reason. And I don't know what that is, but it is. Now, we also have the word ark, A-R-K. So something about an ark, okay? Building maybe some kind of lifeboat, having some kind of plan if things go south, making sure that everybody is taken care of, having maybe, like I said, the savings account, filling that up and what have you. So something to think about, having your own ark. You can hear my daughter up there pounding around. She's just running across the floor. She's so excited. She's having a birthday party here pretty soon, in a couple days. And my niece has been staying, so she has been really enjoying herself with her favorite person, my niece, her cousin. Okay, so we have a dolphin. We have a person sitting. We have a bird. We have another bird. We have two birds. We also have the eye. Okay, so the dolphin, psychic, 100% psychic. The person sitting, observing, contemplating. And we have the eye, the seeing, clarity to see. Now, we have these two birds. And so I feel that there is a sense of, I'm wondering, are these the messages that are coming through from these family members? I almost feel like it's kind of like they're revealing to you something that needs to be done. I feel like it's kind of like every generation within the family, we all have our own kind of task or our purpose within the family. It might not be the purpose of our life, but it is the purpose within the collective of our family, our tribe. And I feel like this is being revealed to you. And I think a lot of maybe why you have been chosen is because of your deep psychic nature. Also, your ability to really kind of like slow yourself down and think about the things that are going on. The signs, the symbols, the synchronicities. You're not just somebody who like takes a thing at face value. You get into the thing. You look at how does this connect to the wider world? How does it connect to the spiritual world? How is this flowing through my life? How, whatever. Just absolutely looking the thing over. And so I feel like this is maybe why you have been chosen, because you have this ability. You're discerning, but you are also very imaginative. You have a cultivated interior world, okay? And I feel that this is something that allows you to do the work. Okay, we're gonna go over here. And we have the Wild Offering Oracle cards. And I'm just going to go ahead and flip through. Okay. I'm going to stop where it feels right. And it says, aging, one of my favorite topics. I am one with unlimited love. Beyond all seeming restrictions of age, I am filled with joy, energy, and beauty, a vessel for the divine Shakti. Yes. Yes, those beloved creative energies, but divine will, I don't know. We talk about aging on here quite a bit, I think. I think a lot of us who are on this channel, right, myself included, we're older. Some of, I don't encounter a lot of younger people here, although you might be here listening, watching. I don't think as many, as middle-aged and older, but I am a person, I call myself old. I know some people get real ticked off about it because I am, I guess, relatively young, about 40. But see, my thing is I'm all about embracing the aging process, and just the ability to find the great gratitude in being alive, and absolutely never thought I would live to be this age. Still am surprised. Almost everybody in my life, besides my family I have right now, my blood family, my parents, my first husband, a great deal of my friends have all passed away before 50 years old. And so, you know, I have been surrounded by people passing away young, and I lived a hard life, you know, circumstances, and then also addiction. And so, yeah, I know it takes people off a little bit, but I feel old because I feel like I've lived lifetimes. That's not to say it's a bad thing. I'm grateful to be getting into my elder years. I absolutely, you know, feel that I am going into cronehood, and nothing could make me more happier. And, you know, and we all deal with our aging and the death drive and all of this in different ways. So there's nothing wrong with however we decide to age, or, you know, try to work against it. I have no judgment of that. You know, I still dye my hair. I do. Most of my hair is white and gray if I let it grow out. But, you know, there are things like that, I don't know. You know, I still hold on to it, I guess. I just like having black hair, I guess, is what it is. But, you know, I read something like this, and it fills my heart with joy to meet people who, you know, meet their aging with great vigor, right? With a lot of love and openness and excitement about, you know, the things that we really do obtain as we get older. You know, I don't know about you, but the older I get, the more I feel masterful in my own life. And maybe I have not mastered anything in particular, but I feel confident about what I'm doing. Hopefully not to a fault, right? I don't want to think I know everything. I barely know anything. But I still feel at ease about my decisions. And, you know, and I've become very protective about my peace and about my family and, you know, the limited amount of people we let into our lives and how we spend our time. And, you know, I think as you get older, it's easier to navigate some of this stuff, or at least it hopefully is. And so I'll take that any day over being young and having, you know, young skin and bright eyes and all of that, which was fun. But you know what? It's nice I'll take the wisdom over it all. Absolutely. And so, you know, I wish that for everybody who is listening here. I hope that, you know, you find peace in this path. There's no avoiding it. And so we make the best of it. We make the best of it. It does suck when we find our limitations, though. There are plenty of times where I'm like, I could do this, and then I start doing it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is rough. I thought I was still 15 and I could do backflips and things. But you know, so it is, and such is life. All right, Gemini, I love you and I thank you and I appreciate you spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I love hearing from you all. I have a question for anybody who is still listening. Tell me all about your natural bug repellents. Or even if they're not. Like, even if it's a brand. Not DEET though. I mean, that's fine if you use that. It gives me a headache for some reason. But natural is what I'm really looking for. Plants to plant, or, different oils or smells or whatever. Whatever has worked for you, please let me know. I'd love to hear about it. And that's it. All right, Gemini, I love you. Happy birthday. That's the other thing I was trying to remember. Happy birthday, dang it. I hope you're having a wonderful Gemini season. If you've had your birthday already, happy birthday again. And if it's still coming up, happy early birthday. And if it happens to be this very day, super duper happy birthday to you. All right. I love you. Good night.